Hey guys, welcome back to Draw Long Doodles with Walker and our fabulous Thanksgiving edition. Now, if you're in America, then typically Thanksgiving is very much represented by turkeys. So, we're going to create a live turkey right now, and then later we're going to be creating a cooked turkey. So, pre and post his difficult Thanksgiving experience. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a little oval for the head. And I will tell you, because he has so many feathers, he can end up being bigger than you thought he was going to be. So don't be afraid of going with like a thumb size oval. All right, then we're going to come down. And then we're going to come in just a little bit from the edge of the oval. And we're going to go down and we're going to let that line lean out some. Okay. Now we're going to come make his top wing. And then we can curve this up to meet that top wing. All right. Now we're going to come and we're going to make a line that later is going to guide our feathers as we divide them. Okay. Then we're going to come out from there and let it curve back down until it touches that long neck underneath the wing. And then we're going to come out again. And we're going to curve, 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 curve. Let it be a little bit longer right there until it comes up and touches the second wing that we made. All right. Now we need his legs. Turkey legs are delicious. So we're going to come in a little bit from the edge of the neck. And we're going to make something that looks a little bit like the end of a lemon. All right, now that we have that, we're going to give him his claw. 1 and 2 down. Then 1 for the front. 1 for the back. And now a third that pairs up in the front. Okay. Let's get his beak. So we're going to start a little bit in on his face. And we're going to curve out and down. Now we're going to come straight back in. Now for the smaller part of his beak, his bottom, we're just going to come down and in. All right. Now we're going to go and add his gobbler. We're going to wavy line. And then go back up to the beak so that it's covering up the end of the beak. All right. Now we're going to do the back. This part of the gobbler is hanging behind the other part, behind the nostril, or not the nostril, the beak. So that's why we are drawing it a little bit shorter, because it's got that distance there. And so that you can see it a little bit better, I'll come and clean up those lines for you. Okay, then we're going to give him his little beady eye. Okay, now let's tighten up these feathers so they look more like an actual turkey feather. This one, the first one's going to kind of wing up a little bit. And then following along this line, I'm going to come 1, 2, 3. Now, if yours ended up having more bumps than that, that's totally fine. This is just a ballpark. All right. Now for this one, instead of making the bumps up to make feather separation, I'm just going to wave it. So out, in, out, in, out, in. So now the edge of that set of feathers looks like this. Okay, now for this last bottom set, we're going to actually divide those into the small feathers that are part of the bottom tail. So we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. See the difference? You got that all from simple shapes, which is amazing. All right. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to come and get his big arch of feathers around him. So to start that off, I'm going to put the center feather in. So from his wing, I'm going to come up. And then I'm going to let it come also up. Now, since it's curving around, that's your tallest feather. So you can kind of come and get yourself a little bit of a guideline to about where your feathers are going to be height-wise. They fan out. Okay, so here's my first feather. Remember, they're a little bit wider at the top than they are at the bottom. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now for the next set. On the left, we're going 1, 2, 3. And you'll notice they all are kind of coming in like they're coming from that central point. 4, 5, and 6. All right, now to distinguish the top feathers, I like to give them a little bit of a pattern, some sort of wave where the colors might be changing. You might want to just put a regular stripe on yours. However you want to do it is fine, because this turkey is your turkey. All right, I'm going to start off going over his face because there are a lot of overlapping lines here, and I want to make sure that I get them. Don't want to end up with something that I forgot and just went over. Now, if that does happen to you, it's not life or death. Just think about what you're doing while you're doing it. Just smoothly go down his back. Smoothly come down the front right here. Okay. Now I'm going to come get my wings. There's my first wing. There's my second wing. There's my third wing. All right. Now coming out and waving this line. Okay. Now I'm going to come down to make my turkey leg. And then I'm going to come and give him his feet. Remember, his front toe is in front of his back toe, so it will overlap right there. All right, then I'm going to go and get these small feathers, the small tail feathers. And I'm making sure that I don't just turn it into a rectangle. I'm taking care to give them a little bit of body at the end so that they've got that curve that feathers have. There we go. Now, notice that today I seem to be having trouble always getting my Sharpie to stop. That's okay. Some days it happens to everybody. All right, so all we need to complete him is his big feathers. Y'all have done really well. This isn't the easiest drawing to go along with, and you guys have done it. And even if you feel like, oh man, I'm really having trouble making it look like a turkey, just keep in mind, you have come further than people who don't try, and you will get it. You just haven't gotten it yet. Okay. Okay, and now we're going here. All right. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to add my turkey look. Kind of the ends being a little bit set apart. All right, now it's your turn to come in and add your details with color for your turkey. Perhaps you want him to look realistic. Maybe you want to give him a rainbow colored tail, like when little kids do their turkeys at school. So, however you're feeling, knock it out. All right, guys, I'll see y'all later.